Here are the 3 things that I feel like are most important when I am recommending a mouthpiece to a beginner horn player. First is inner rim diameter, the distance, the measurement between one side of the rim to the other, the cup size, and the price point. So inner rim diameter, this is going to be how much room your lips have to vibrate inside the mouthpiece. And I feel like is the most important thing when I'm recommending a mouthpiece to a student. I'm checking out their face. I'm seeing how big their lips are. I'm seeing the thickness of their lips. And a lot of times, in fact, the majority of my students that I've encountered need a slightly bigger inner rim diameter. So I always start with at least 17.25 millimeters and upwards. And very rarely, if I see a student who is smaller and has thinner lips, will I recommend something maybe smaller, maybe 17.25 or less. But we want there to be enough room for both lips to vibrate. And a lot of times the smaller inner rim diameter mouthpieces, which were really common to recommend 15, 20 or so years ago, are just too small for both lips to be involved. A lot of times, in order to get both lips in the mouthpiece, students have to lower it to get any of the bottom lip in. And then we start to set the mouthpiece right into the fleshy part of our upper lip, which just kills the buzz. Not what we want. Or in order to get all of the upper lip, we have absolutely no bottom lip to vibrate, and that's really important. So inner rim diameter, at least 17.25. I prefer 17.5, 17.75 and above. Give both of the lips room to vibrate. The second is the cup size. We want to go for a medium cup size. So speaking generally, if we have a smaller, more shallow cup, that's going to make things feel perhaps a little bit easier for those higher pitches at first for students. If the cup size is a little bit bigger, that could potentially give you more resonance and flexibility on the lower side. But when we're first starting out, we want middle of the road. We want a medium cup mouthpiece that's going to allow students to have resonance and flexibility across the range, especially in the middle, which is where they're going to be starting with. And then the third, the price point. When we're first starting out, it's a lot of investment for students. Instrument rental, band fees, music, and I am very cognizant of how much being in band costs. So I don't want to recommend anything that's going to be too expensive, or professional line mouthpieces that could work really well when there are some really great ones that are $65 and less. So that is a big part of my recommendations. So inner rim diameter, how much we have here to vibrate our lips, 17.25 and higher, medium cup mouthpiece, and price point. So in next videos, I'm going to give my recommendations on specific models that are my favorite and that are really common in band rooms and in student band instruments, in those cases that can work really well, as well as ones that I feel like are going to make things a little bit more difficult for students. So keep following for more equipment recommendations for beginner horn players, as well as other teaching tips and things that I've found helpful. And you can continue to check out my Costco branded attire along the way.